Absolutely. Well, we want to talk a little bit about New Haven.
Yeah.
Snow has been falling for hours outside of our studios here downtown. And so joining us live right now is New Haven's Mayor Justin Elicker. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me on.
All right, Mayor. So when it comes to these DOT crews, we know that you have 36 trucks out there. How important right now is it to get those cars off the road that are still out there parked, even though a parking ban is in effect?
We have towed almost 300 cars.
Wow.
So far, it's so important to get the cars off the road because it's going to remain real cold. It's going to be much more difficult for us to clear it out later on. So if folks are able to move your cars, we don't want to tow you, we don't want to ticket you. Let's get those roads clear.
When we're talking about your crews that are out there working, how long do you anticipate they will be clearing the roads, not only during the storm, but really once the snow stops falling later on tonight?
You know, they're going to be working well through tomorrow. I think what we're watching is how much sleet we're going to see tonight, because that'll make it more difficult to clear things because it's much heavier snow. And then we'll also likely do some larger snow removal operations where we put it into dump trucks and move it to a vacant parking lot in the city to clear those roads for the longer term.
All right, Mayor, I want to talk about the consequences for drivers who are not following the parking ban. We know that there can be hefty fines that come along with this. So what are those consequences?
Yeah, so you get a big ticket and you have to pay for the tow, and you have to deal with the hassle of chasing down your car. And we don't want to tow people. We don't want to ticket people. We want people to just clear off the roads. And so we're really encouraging people to do that. Also, would just emphasize that people should not be driving out there too. We want our emergency responders to respond to those emergencies that come up, not unnecessary emergencies because someone is out there driving.
Obviously, we heard from your press conference on Friday. We know school is closed tomorrow, as well as senior centers across the city. Any other recent closures that you want to alert people of today so they can make plans for tomorrow to avoid any certain buildings throughout the city?
So at this moment, no other city building closures, but we'll announce those probably later today. But folks will know that Tweed Airport is closed right now. CT Transit suspended service as of 12 noon. And I think, you know, given the amount of snow, it's going to be a little bit of a rocky ride for a while.
All right, Mayor, we've been talking a lot about roads, about parking bans, but I want to touch on sidewalks. What are the rules around people clearing their sidewalks?
You've got to clear at least 3 feet wide of a path. And it's really unfair for everyone except a couple on each block of homeowners or property owners to clear the sidewalks, because it means that people, particularly our elderly or folks that may not be able to easily traverse the area, can't get through. And that's just not fair, but it also creates a real dangerous situation. We'll be out inspecting and potentially finding people if that happens.
Oh, good to know. And I think it's important too. You talked about it on Friday. You and your family, you've adopted the fire hydrant in front of your home. But it's also a good point right now to make sure if you have a fire hydrant near your residence to go out, help our fire crews so they can make sure that they respond to the emergency calls and are not wasting time shoveling fire hydrants, that we can all kind of help out, be a good neighbor and do that, right?
Exactly. My daughters and I were out there shoveling the sidewalk, and we went over and shoveled around the fire hydrant as well. It's also a fun way to just be a citizen that's caring for our city. So I'm encouraging people to be compassionate and help out in any way they can.
Yeah, and speaking of that, Mayor, it's really important to check on your neighbors. I want to touch on vulnerable populations, those experiencing homelessness right now. What is the city doing to help them in these blizzard-like conditions?
We have all of our warming centers open, and we actually opened an additional building. Believe it or not, we had approximately 170 people in our warming centers as of around 10 a.m. Nobody is turned away. We want to make sure people, particularly in this cold weather, are safe and warm.
Wow. 170 in the warming centers. Okay, well, Mayor Justin Elicker, we really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy Sunday, as I'm sure you are talking with department heads all day long. Thank you for taking the time to talk with us.
Thanks for having me on. Take care.